Buff Nation, we are live with some breaking news. And guys, I'm shocked about it. We'll get into it. Brennan Marion hired as Colorado's next offensive coordinator. We're going to break it down with my friend Russ from Buffs News Weekly. Let me put our names up here so people can see them. Also, today's show sponsored by Kalshi. Please be sure to use that promo code DTB. Get yourself a $10 bonus when you start trading. And put some money down on the Buffaloes to go 12-0, baby. That's how pumped up, dude. Russ, I'm honestly shocked that we were able to swing.
I all week, all I kept seeing was, because you know that I've brought this name up since what? Halfway through the season, I brought this name up as a potential hire for the Buffs, and I said that it would be a dream hire in my mind, but that it probably was not going to happen because let's be honest, Dave, we did not think, and plenty of people in the chat, I can't wait till some of my favorite chatters come in here or comment on this later if they're not in here live. They were saying there's no way somebody is leaving Sac State as the head coach with all the money that they've put into that program to come and be the OC in Boulder. And guess what? He is. Buffs get Brennan Marion, the probably biggest up-and-coming offensive name in all of college sports, David. The biggest This is what we talked about. This is the quintessential college football hire. This dude is a college offensive guru, and we just got him to come to Boulder, Dave.
Dude, and you know what's so great? This signifies that Coach Prime, he wasn't lying to us when he said it was the Last Supper. He was going to get somebody in here to run this offense, baby. And I can't wait to see the staff that he assembles around this team. Dude, this guy is perfect for developing a young quarterback like Julian Lewis. This offense, and when you're bringing the go-go offense to Boulder, all right, as Andy's saying, you know there's going to be an emphasis in the freaking running game. Are you kidding me? We're going to be using tight ends. We're going to be hitting wide receivers. We're going to be scoring points. We're going to be putting the pressure on these defenses, trying to keep their breath at altitude. Dude, I'm pumped. I'm in shock. Dude, I got to give credit. Coach Prime. Man, let's go, dude. Let's go. You could have done what was easy and promoted Brett Bartolone. Oh, would have that been awful? He didn't do it. And shout out to CU. We got money. Dude, this is no, we don't got money. We're still poor. But we somehow we're gonna buy him out of his Sac State contract, and he's gonna be making more money than Pat Shurmur, most definitely. But how about for a poor school, a big move?
Yeah, no. Just a couple things I want to throw out there because it's already being talked about. You're talking about it, Dave. Let's talk about it. At UNLV, where he made his name, the offense skyrocketed 36.2 points per game, setting a school record under Brennan Marion as the OC. How about how many rushing yards per game Brennan Marion's go-go offense averaged, Dave? 251 rushing yards per game, the most the program had generated in 45 years. And not only that, Dave, but here's the thing. While the running game was good, okay, this is why it's good news for Juju Lewis, because he had one of the most efficient and balanced offenses. It's not just a run heavy offense. It is an explosive mix of run and pass, heavy paces, modern spread principles. Okay. This guy got so much out of UNLV, David. UNLV. You know what that tells me? That he does not need crazy 5-star, unbelievable players to make this system work. No, he does not need the best players in the world to make this system work. He can make this work with the players that Colorado already has, but it's also going to look good to players who want to come into Colorado because guess what? They now have a chance to shine in this offense, and he can make other players look fantastic when it comes to this hire. McNamara, it is true. It has been confirmed. DNVR is reporting it. On3 is now reporting it. Matt Zenitz of College Football Sports, he's also reporting it. It is official without the team saying it, but it is official. Everybody is reporting that Brennan Marion is officially the OC for Colorado.
Freaking go. And let's talk about this too. What was so impressive, last season with UNLV is that they had their quarterback freaking quit on them after like the first 3 games of the season
when they did so well, and he said it was because of me. Yeah. And what happened, Dave?
And they went to the conference championship. Right there was just a few plays off from knocking off Boise State. But yeah, this is a guy that gets the most out of his talent. And I love this because it's a college offense. The spread offense, you're going to have the option. You're going to have the running backs involved, guys. We've tried to do this pro style thing. It's just not working out right now. We need a guy, and we've talked about it all off season long and season, Russ. We need a new offensive coordinator that's good at coaching college football. That's good at getting college offenses rolling. It's a different game than the NFL. And yes, you can have some pro concepts in there, but Pat Shurmur did a terrible job of adapting to the college spacing. Someone like Brennan Marion is going to get the most schematically out of the guys that he's got, and that's really exciting.
Dave, speaking of that, let's talk about something that is the reason that Sacramento State hired him also, was his ties and his effectiveness in recruiting. He is a recruiter. We were talking about, people bringing up Chip Kelly as a potential OC for Colorado. And the biggest complaint that you and I had is Chip Kelly is not a recruiter. He does not want to be the guy who is one of the main points of contact to recruit. You can't tell me that Brennan Marion isn't going to be able to go into Georgia, Florida, Bama, Texas, those places, and meet with some offensive kids and not have a better connection than a Pat Shurmur had with those kids? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is something that we can't even understate when we say what a massive hire this is for Colorado, not even just in the offense he's going to bring, but the ability that he's going to bring to recruit top offensive talent to Colorado moving forward.
Oh, thank you.
And on top of that, Dave, I will tell you this right now. I think it changes my tune when it comes to Jordan Seaton, if I'm being really honest. I don't know how he can't see this as, okay, maybe I do want to stick around. Maybe the grass won't be always greener on the other side. I can still get probably a pay bump that they're negotiating and talking about. But now I've got something to back it up, that this should be a better offense to play in that should bring us back to where we were last year.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, dude, this hire really does just breathe a lot of excitement back. Some people still brought up, man, Byron Leftwich. And I've kind of cooled on that because, again, for whatever reason, he just hasn't been around after being introduced to the team twice this past year. Darian coming in here. Hey, good luck this weekend. Sherman's been fired yet. Shurmur's contract is expired, so he's done. He's out of here. He's done. We need an OC. I think the big question here, Russ, is, how much control is Brennan Marion going to have over? Am I pronouncing his name correctly? Marion? Is that how it's pronounced?
I think so. Somebody can check us in the chat. I'm sure.
Brennan Marion, how much control is he going to have over this staff? I'm hoping that, hey, if he's got any brains, he asked Coach Prime, Rick George, everybody point blank, what the hell happened with Sean Lewis coming out here and then not having any staff members brought out here except Bill Boyle? He kind of sucked, but I gotta think that it's gonna be different this time around. Right. Am I crazy for thinking that?
Here's the thing, Dave. You tell me, would you leave a head coaching position at a school that had committed a ton of resources to you, by the way, at Sac State? Would you leave that program if you weren't going to get to do your thing at the Power 4 level? Like, tell me what would be his reasoning for coming to Boulder if it wasn't because he gets to do his thing and actually gets to do what he does well. Like, that to me tells me that we are going to probably see numerous coaches come with Marion. He's going to get to make decisions. Whoever stays is going to be because Marion wants them to stay, not because Prime is saying they have to stay. You have to admit that that has to be a big part to this, because I don't see, because again, a lot of the people in the chat told me all week, there's no way that Brennan Marion is coming to Colorado and leaving Sac State in that position for what CU is right now.
Yeah.
And this is the only way it could happen to me. That's the only way.
That's the only way. I feel like that's true too, man. Dude, I cannot wait to see what he does. And yeah, Carlton Miller bringing them, man. He'll be bringing in players and recruits. This is not an option now, Russ. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sacramento State's recruiting class was ranked ahead of ours yesterday.
Let's see. Yeah, 2026 class. So actually, they only had 11 guys signed, Dave.
Okay, interesting.
They
I wonder.
only had 11
That's
signed.
The high school guys. I'm wondering if there's some guys that entered
you
the
know
portal
what?
for the team.
No, listen to this. They had 11 guys signed yesterday, but they had 23 commitments.
Oh, Russ.
What does that tell you, Dave, is about
Russ.
to happen?
Oh,
what
Russ,
does that tell you that they didn't sign?
On the show last night, I prayed to the football gods. I said, Lord, I'm not even going to ask for 20. Can you just bring us 15 total commits, God, please?
Guys, we are about to see a jump in our recruiting class because the fact that 23 commits were committed to Sacramento State and yet did not sign on Tuesday or yesterday, and today's the last day. Guess what we're about to see happen this afternoon and tonight? We're about to see a mass exodus of recruits that are going to come with Coach Marion to the Power 4 level if he believes that they're ready to do that.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Maybe he'll bring Jaden Rashada with him. Hilarious, Kevin. Hilarious, but, he'd be a good backup quarterback.
And
right?
Dave, I mean, I'm looking at this. I mean, it's not a bad recruiting class. It's mostly 3 stars across the board. Like, holy crud, did they get a ton of 3 stars? But that's absolutely ridiculous seeing that. I literally just pulled it up for 2026. 23 hard commits, 11 kids signed their national letter of intent.
Hey, can you share that? Can you share that and then I can present it? You got it?
Yes. It's 24/7. I will let me.
Dude, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe the football gods.
It just
answered my prayer.
We just found this. No. So all the people saying, "Oh, the Sac State recruits are going to save us." They're not going to save us. We have decent recruits right now. We need depth. We need numbers. I remember everybody was saying like, "Oh shoot, we're going to have to add 60 transfer portal players? What are we thinking? Are all 60 going to play?" No, Dave. We need depth. Adding a bunch of high school recruits that Brennan Marion knows is going to be great. So there you got the top. You've got who have signed their letter of intent.
Dude, can we sign this guy, Vanderhoof?
Roger Vanderhoof. Look at this dude.
On, dude. Give me the dude. Come on, dude. I don't care you're rated 84, dude. Get your booty over to Boulder, man. This guy looks like he's, this guy, 6'7", 382 pounds. Yes, please. Get him here. Anyway, sorry for getting distracted.
No, you're good. You're good.
Guys,
but drop down.
That hopefully are coming to Boulder here. Everybody unsigned.
23 hard commits.
Oh my God, dude. And oh my God. This was good for like 70 something in the country. Something like that.
77th. Yeah. Composite 77.
So, yeah, we got a safety up here, Keyshawn Robinson. He's
wide receiver.
So who knows?
I would say focus on the athletes, the wide receivers, I'm running back for sure. I would say as far as the other things going on, it's just crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. We're probably going to see at least a few of these guys trickle in tonight, Dave.
Dude, that's all I want is just a few of them. And dude, I don't even care if they're unranked, dude. If they're over 5'9", bring them here. That's all I care about. Let's see what they can develop into, man. We got plenty of guys, dude. We got plenty of guys. We don't want to be paying, 50 transfers. Those bottom 20 transfers coming in here, might as well just take a swing on some of these guys. But yes, bring the running backs, bring a handful of these guys and just see what happens, man. We got 100 roster spots. This is this is like man, I don't even know what to say. It's Christmas, guys. Smash that like, subscribe to Russ over at Buffs News Weekly. What the hell are you doing if you're not doing that? And let's celebrate, guys, because now I've been all sad. I've been, we went 3-9. We were a disaster, but hey, now 12-0, baby. 12-0. We're feeling it. We got Coach Barry sending $10 over to you, Russ. He said, Dave and Russ, our Buffs may need some solid TP transfer portal commitments this time around. We lost a ton of guys in the 25 transfer portal. We need an overload. So I hope that's true what you're saying, Russ. What you got to say to that?
I mean, like I said, whenever a coach leaves, and we're seeing it right now across college football, right, Dave? Whenever a head coach leaves who is tied to these players, he brings some of his guys with him. And so you're going to see a number of these high school recruits. Again, this is why they had to get this done so quickly. They had the emergency board of regents meeting, David, on Monday. We now know what that was for. That was for Brennan Marion and his contract, not to mention a buyout. Yes. I don't know what his buyout is at Sac State. I need to be looking that up. That's kind of crazy too on top of that. Real quick, something that got popped up. Somebody posted on Twitter his Sacramento State stats. 33.8 points per game. 39 rushing touchdowns. 53 total touchdowns. 405 points scored. It is a high-powered, high-scoring offense, Dave, that he is bringing to the Big 12 and to Julian Lewis now. And I don't know how, if you're on that CU team right now, like if you're a Marion Miller right now, if you're any of the running backs right now, how are you not exploding with excitement right now about what's about to happen and who they're bringing in? The days of the boring pro-style Pat Shurmur offense, Dave, are officially over. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yeah. Yes. Get a college football offense that works. Hey, it got Jackson Dart drafted in the first round. How about that? Got Cam Ward drafted first overall. So let's, I don't mind integrating more of this, more of the college football offense into this thing, man. This is awesome. And I'm just taking like a brief look at right now some of the guys on Sacramento State's roster that might enter the portal and come over here. One guy here being Damian Henderson, because their senior running back, their starter, I think is out of eligibility, but we'll have to see. But Damian Henderson, look at that mustache. Okay. 6'2", 210 pounds from Compton, California. Hopefully, man, we can keep some of our running backs from this year. But man, I mean, wouldn't this be nice? Just bring in another running back already familiar with the system. We're going to be cooking, Russ. We're going to be cooking. Sorry, I hit the wrong screen.
No. Yeah. No. Andy bringing up some good points. They were third in rushing offense, 5.56 yards per rush, 39 rushing touchdowns, 3,151 rushing yards. Holy crud, this is a college offense if we've ever seen one.
Dude, oh my God, dude. We're actually going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball.
David.
Coach Prime.
How, if you're a transfer portal offensive player, how are you not going to see this and potentially want to come to Colorado if there's a spot open for you? Like, that is the other thing happening right now, too.
Yes. I mean, dude, this is a hire to get excited about, baby. This is, man, I just didn't think we had a chance at this.
I did not. I 100%. I kept telling people that is my dream hire. I'm throwing his name out there, but I don't see any place in history where a head coach at a program who is getting paid a ton of money, getting paid good money, but also has all of this money that the team brought in to help him build a team and build up Sacramento State, leave Sac State. I feel bad for Sacramento State in this situation. Rev B throwing out the super chat talking about that. Sacramento is hurting right now. I'm sorry for Sacramento. Like, it just sucks because you saw when he got that job, they were just like, we're going to do everything we can to make him successful and to do that here. And he only stayed for 1 year and bounces now to the Power 4. It's kind of crazy, but hey, like that's pretty good.
Dude. And how about this, man? I mean, I feel like a guy like Brennan Marion would be on somebody like Oregon's radar, with them losing their coordinators.
That's true too. That's true too.
How about that? I don't know if they're interested in, but hey, we got them this time. And this kind of feels like, Russ, you know how Coach Prime always mentioned that he wanted Kenny Dillingham to like be a thing here after he got hired. And of course, he became the head coach of Arizona State instead.
Yep.
To me, this kind of has that kind of feeling of like, man, this could really work out. Of course, I kind of had that feeling with Sean Lewis too. So take it with a grain of salt. But man, we forget about that. This isn't Shador's offense, anything like that. This is purely, there are no hidden agendas. There are no side quests we're doing. It's just all about winning football right now. And this guy's going to run the ball. The offense is going to make sense. And Russ, what have we talked about so often throughout this season is that this coaching staff made things tougher for themselves and for the players, dude. And this system, whatever we saw this year, it's not quarterback friendly, dude.
No.
It's not a quarterback friendly system at all, dude. This is going to help a young quarterback like Julian Lewis develop. Somebody like Brennan Marion here.
Yeah, no. That's the biggest thing. Like, obviously, were the players this year great when they needed to be? No. Was there adjustments made, Dave, to help the players out when they're not doing great? No, there wasn't. It's on the coaching staff. It's on the players across the board. Okay. The first thing that you change and fix this offseason is you bring in a coach that has an offensive mind. An offensive mind. And I don't know who he's talking about with y'all were down on coaches.
It's probably me, dude. I'm a hater.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that tweet? I got put with all the haters. I got
added, Dave, after the fact. The guy apologized for missing me out on it, and I was just like,
you didn't need to apologize.
I was like, I don't care. Okay, I'm a fan podcast. I've never admitted to being an X's and O's guy. Like, whoever wants to do that, it's fine. But I will say, Dave, this team is never not exciting. Can we just talk about that?
That's right,
this team,
the emotional wave, baby. We're back on top.
We knew this was going to happen. It takes one smart play, one giant move, and we're all back in. It sucks us back in. Prime knows how to do it, guys. Whether you like him or not, whether things are great or not. Rev, I can imagine that does not help. I can understand that absolutely.
Yeah, but man, I'm just I'm not a hater, dude. I'm Dave, or I'm Dark Side Dave. You don't know what version of me you're getting per video dropping, all right? Your mom's favorite understands that. We are going 12-0 now, baby. That's how I feel about this. We're going to absolutely crush the portal. I don't know, what I've been expecting, Russ. It hasn't been high expectation for the portal. I've been expecting a top 25 portal class, but now I'm thinking, man, I think we could probably get into the top 15. Maybe if things go really well, get into the top 10.
The hype on the offensive side of the ball is going to be there, Dave. When it comes, we're gonna have no issue getting the offensive side of the ball going. That's for sure. And I've been seeing all the chats because there's something going on live on a different channel that, again, do not love. That's the same channel, by the way, that said that no coaching changes were happening and they were all taking a 20% pay cut. This is definitely a 20% pay cut, Dave, that they just bought somebody out of their head coaching job and hired them as the OC here, as the number one probably OC candidate in America. Do you guys not understand that Brennan Marion is probably the number one OC candidate for anybody in America, and Colorado just got him and pulled him away from a head coaching job to do it?
Dude, oh my God. We're back to not being a poverty program.
I just don't get why. No, not DNVR, Darian. It's not DNVR. I'm not talking about DNVR because it's somebody else here. But DNVR also knew that this stuff was coming and called people out yesterday when they kept bringing up what people were saying. Okay? It's absolutely dumb.
Yeah. But hey, guys, if y'all a believer now, okay, I don't care what you thought about the program 2 hours ago, guys. The football gods answered our prayers. Spam 12-0 in the chat. Come on now. We need to manifest this thing because this is a great hire. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And we're about to add Dick the Big 12 next year, baby. That's how I feel about it.
David.
That's how I feel about it, Russ.
Guess who just entered the portal, which is an interesting one. I thought I'd throw it out there because most of the people in the chat will remember this. A certain tight end that was tied to Colorado for a very long time. University of Central Florida, Kylan Fox is entering the portal. Why is it always the guys that flirt with Colorado for so long eventually enter the portal anyway with their schools when they don't play as much as they want, even though he did appear in every game for UCF this season?
Well, let me say there's got to be a new strategy with our high school recruiting because, some of these guys, dude, I don't think they're the the bright, the shiniest. What's the expression? Shit, they're not the brightest bulbs of the bunch, right?
They don't make the decisions that are probably the smartest for them. They don't always do it. They're young kids. They don't make smart decisions all the time. It's kind of crazy, when you see that. But again, how many kids do you see that of that, like, spurn Colorado and then end up, back in the portal after a year or two? Dude, it happens.
Dude, this tells me we're going to get Buffs Box year 2, Ivan. We'll make sure you're first in line. For the stuff. But dude, man, I love this. I think again, we'll get a good transfer portal class. Hopefully it's top 15 portal class, and get some more offensive linemen. If I'm Brennan Marion, dude, all the offensive assistants got to go. Sorry, y'all. It's been fun, but bye.
Just FYI, Dave, that recruiting class that was ranked 77th nationally, it was the number 1 FCS recruiting class in the country. It was the number 1 FCS recruiting class in the country. I know it's FCS. I know what people are going to say, but we need depth. We need bodies right now. Everybody that wants to say we were 10 scholarships short, we needed the bodies. Who knows what happens? You find a diamond in the rough. You find some kids that are ready to perform. He's bringing some of those guys with him to Colorado. That is a guarantee. And here's the thing. You might see one of two things happen, Dave. You might see some of them sign tonight. Okay. More than likely, what I think is going to happen, Dave, is they probably don't sign until the second signing day in February? Is that when the next signing day is?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I guess. But I want to get these freshmen on campus here in January. What are we doing? Sign tomorrow.
I know. Well, actually, yeah, sign tomorrow. It's Thursday. I'm losing my days of the week. We still got an extra day. They need to fly all those kids to Boulder tonight to have them come and visit and potentially sign them off.
Dude, yeah, man. I just cannot wait. I want them put on TV. Everybody, all the assistants just getting fired. And then we see on Bucky's show, they start visiting Fairview High School, freaking Cherry Creek. How about that? So from what I understand, the coaching changes were going to happen first, and then the recruiting staff gets fired and blown out. So I know you guys are pissed about Corey Phillips, all these guys being here. I am hopeful that they will all be relieved of their duties sometime before the transfer portal period opens. We can get just a new eye on everything. So, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see a lot of movement here, guys. This is the first domino. This is the first thing that needed to happen. Told you guys that something was coming down the pipe. Coach Barry coming in with the 10 on the killer. What he's looking for, Dave. What's Coach Barry needing?
All right, come on and sit here in Santa's lap, Coach Barry. All right, I want 2 solid centers, 2 running backs, 4 linebackers, 3 DBs, 2 tight ends that are all tough blockers, 3 cornerbacks, 2 wide receivers to go with our receiving core here. Beef up the O-line DL with monster killers. And I will say, I definitely want a multiple year supply of performance enhancing drugs so that we can develop these recruits the right way. That's what I'm talking about, Coach Barry.
I mean, we're going to need that many players. So to anybody out there thinking, I don't know if he's meaning we need that many starters at each position, because obviously there's so many that can do that, but we need bodies going into this next season based on how many we're losing. So I think that to an extent, we've now solved the offensive problem that we had. Now the question is, the only place that you're going to solve the defensive problem is the portal, Dave. It's just the way it is. You're not getting trench and linebacker starters from the high school ranks. If you are, that's a problem. Not very many freshman kids come in and dominate on the defensive side of the ball year one. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it was always going to be the portal when it came to that. And Coach Prime already said in his press conferences that defense was going to be the focus in the portal and was going to be the most important aspect of it. So there's that.
Man.
Jordan, I'm not even talking about that yet.
I'm sorry, man. I'm behind on all these.
No,
chats.
no,
We got
no,
1,200
no.
people in here. Smash the like. 12-0 in the comments, guys. It's our year. All right, sorry.
I'm saying, Dave, think about some of our playmakers in this offense. Draylon, Cam Michael, Draylon Miller, Quentin Gibson. You don't think those guys are now going to be excited to come back to Colorado and not think about leaving this program now with a Brennan Marion at the helm and what his offense is going to bring now to the table?
Dude, I was talking about this with Rawhide on my NFL show earlier today. Sometimes, man, you just need to do the common sense things. How about you bring in an OC with an offense that gets the most out of speed and that gets the most out of your athletes, dude? Pat Shurmur couldn't have – he just showed over the course of multiple years, dude. He couldn't do it. You needed the quarterback changing the play half the time, okay?
It's absolutely crazy. I love seeing the reactions online, though. I do love Jake from DMVR, though, taking his shot as some of the people who probably are in this chat right now because of some of the way you guys are talking.
Taking a shot at me? Taking a shot at me? No, man.
Saying, if you picked a side in the last couple of days, stay there. All those people who said, I'm in the transfer portal, I'm switching fandoms, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. I saw so many people that I knew as, CU fans that were saying that in the chat. And now, those people who want to come back, you need to think about it before you do.
Oh man, Joe, don't even. I bet Ronald Coleman will be carrying.
Ronald
Coleman. He better have asked that. He said, "You better not tell me which freaking running back. We don't need a Rudy story, glorify walk-ons, any of this thing, man. You're gonna let me control the clock. You're gonna let me do what I want to do, man." That's what Brennan Marion said, and Coach Prime said, "Thank you for taking off the shoes to come into my office. I appreciate that. You're absolutely right. Me and Pat Shurmur, we had no idea what we were doing. So, yeah, that's right. We're back on the mountaintop, baby. And this is how we get rewarded. This is how we get rewarded for our suffering, our trauma bonding we did all season long together.
That's right.
Now we're on the up. This offseason, it's going to be amazing. We're going to be able to troll the rest of college football Twitter, baby. They're not even going to know what to do. We're not down and out anymore. We're
back. We're back. Buff Nation is back and stronger than ever. Like, this is absolutely insane. The comment that I really loved, Donovan, his comment. He said, also was a head coach, so he knows how to recruit. He had the #1 recruiting class this year in FCS football. Okay, that may not seem like a big deal, but to be able to recruit kids to the FCS level and have the #1 recruiting class, which, by the way, was higher than the likes of North Dakota State, those schools up north, South Dakota, Montana State, those all got out-recruited by Sac State. He knows how to recruit at the level that he's at. He will get now some bigger recruits because there's going to be some, guys who they wanted to go Power 4. They don't want to go FCS. Well, now he's not going to have that restriction put upon him on some of those players that he wants to go and get.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just catching up with all the comments.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah. Again, be in here, like, subscribe, and span 12-0 if you got any sense to yourself, man. But, dude, the glaze this offseason, oh, my God, dude. It is going to be unbearable. It's going to be incredible. And, man, I'm just happy, dude. Coach Prime did it, man. Coach Prime did it. Our poor school somehow found the money to go buy him out from his contract, bring him here. And, we play in Atlanta next year, Georgia Tech, to start out the year, I'm assuming. And, hey, now they're going to have to game plan for, an offense that doesn't have just like, it's not just like a cardboard piece of offense, man. It's not that. They got something real to game plan for, and it's going to be great. We got Jordan Williams over here with another $5 super. Dude, Russ, you are raking in the super chats right now. You're going to be able to buy yourself a steak dinner after this. He said he was the coach at Texas and passing game whisperer. during the Robinson and Worthy years at Texas. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Brennan Marion was. So he comes from a big program. He's would you call him, I guess? Yes. One of the part of the Sark coaching tree. That's something I want to tap into. Okay. I like that.
That's that's another part of this. Yeah, he has ties to Texas as well. And that's how he got the UNLV job.
Dude, Texas, ties to Texas, ties to California now. And surely, dude, he'll be able to recruit locally in the Denver Boulder area. Sorry.
So I've been trying to look to see if we can find what his buyout clause is, and there's nothing really online about the buyout. Just FYI that he was in compensation after bonuses and stuff about $1,000,001. So 1.1 million. His base salary was a guaranteed compensation of $734,000. So he's definitely getting a boost coming to Colorado. Probably what 1.5, maybe 1.8 million. Who knows if he even had a buyout at Sac State? That could have been part of his reasoning for going there was I'm not going to have a buyout, but we don't know.
Oh man.
Fact is, I mean, money wise, you had to fork up some kind of money to get this guy in here. So all those people saying that Colorado doesn't have any money like we always do. I mean, you just kind of brought in probably one of the best offensive coordinator hires and stole him away from a program that, I mean, Dave, let's be honest. I would think that Sac State would have been fine with giving him a boost in salary to keep him around as head coach after his first year there. Like, the fact is that he's getting enough that Sacramento, he was fine with leaving Sac State.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, dude. It's Big 12 football. It's Big 12 football, big opportunities. So,
Dave, Marty's comment. Marty SO429 just made a comment that actually makes perfect sense.
He could be the coach in waiting.
Brennan Marion could be the coach in waiting. And that could honestly, Dave, that could be a part of this conversation is, maybe Coach Prime knows he only has a few more years and say, hey, stick it out with me and you could be the next guy up to be the head coach at a Power 4 program like Colorado. I would be fine with that hire as a head coach going forward with what he was able to do at Sac State in 1 year.
Yes. That would be great. And man, I just can't wait to see how he recruits. I cannot wait to see it. Let's see, Russ, I got to ask you also, shout out, anybody, dude. Hey, if anybody was doubting Thomas, that's okay, man. Dark Side Dave half the time. All right. Everybody's welcome here to celebrate this and glaze this, guys. We're just getting started glazing this. And the college football Twitter, they'll meme us. They'll make fun of us somehow. Okay. All right. That just comes with the territory being a fan of this team. But in reality, man, they know we coming, baby. So spam, 12 in the chat and upset people. Let's go.
Oh, my favorite person is in the chat now, Mr. Buffed in what is that? Buffed in Prime? No, that's not Buffed in Prime. That is that? Nope.
This is a terrible hi. Oh no.
Oh no.
Man, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. No.
It's a regular pen.
But okay, what happens with Robert Livingston now? I think we keep him, Russ.
I think we keep him. I think Robert Livingston isn't getting dropped, guys, as much as you might want. I think there might be some other changes to the defensive coaching staff. And I think, I want to see. I think we'll just have to see one more year. I mean, one bad year, I don't know. It's a tough one. I just, with the extension and all that, I just think money-wise, it's not smart to just get rid of him that quickly.
No, I would rather say, hey, fire all these assistants, fire the whole defensive staff, except don't
let Livingston hire his staff.
Yeah, just let him hire his staff. I'm getting a new linebacker coach in there. Come on now. But yeah, man, this is a great move. And yeah, I gotta apologize, Russ. I guess the Dave Talk Sheep channel is gonna have to wait. Sorry, Jim Mora. This move keeps me on board.
We got some more super chats.
Let's go. Jordan with the $2 saying, I think a safeties coach is coming.
You know what I think is coming, Dave? I think a quarterback coach is coming. That's what I think is coming. Something that we haven't had in a couple years.
Now, I'd be okay if Byron Leftwich actually stays on staff as the quarterback coach this year. I'd be cool with that. But, Marion should have say. So I don't know who that would be, but quarterback coach, safety coach, somebody get these guys coached up. And then Coach Barry saying $5. Thank you. Russ and Dave, I love Prime, but we can't have no more Coach Prime, the merciful moves with walk-ons in the 20. Yeah.
I hope that the Ronald Coleman situation teaches Prime a lesson. Okay. I've always said it. Prime is still learning as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that situation never happens again and he never pulls something like that in the middle of a game, especially when the game's on the line. Okay. Especially when the game is on the line. In trash time, go for it. Play every Rudy on the roster. But when you have a chance to win the game and the game is on the line and you put the ball inside of a person's hands that had not touched the ball yet, that's just absolute insanity.
Yeah. And again, I think that showed a little bit that if Prime's meddling with personnel like that, I think he's probably had a say in, for the worse, on what's being run, right?
Yep.
This to me signals that there's hopefully a change with that. And I would hope that Robert Livingston would also get that same luxury, because you're right. Livingston can't be playing man defense with scrubs at DB, and we continued to do it all the time throughout the season, man. We did not have the athletes to run man. Let's see what Robert Livingston can do with a staff primarily assembled from himself and a little bit more autonomy over the defense.
I was going to say, I think, because people are asking now about running backs coach, there is one person that makes sense now for the running backs coach, Dave, and it is straight from Brennan Marion's current staff, his co-offensive coordinator / running backs coach, AC Patterson, first year at Sac State. You're not going to leave a guy behind that you just brought in. Like, it makes perfect sense to bring him along as well to be a part of that. So again, if we want Brennan Marion bringing in his own staff, then it makes sense to look directly at Sacramento State first to see who might be coming in to be the coaches with him.
Dude, let's go. He looks pretty young. Let's see his experience here. We'll take a look. 2013 started at UTEP, then Jefferson High School. Okay, 2015 to 2018, Portland State, coached tight ends, recruiting coordinator, running backs, offensive line over those 4 seasons. Then 2019 through 2021, 3 seasons as Minnesota Vikings offensive quality control and assistant running backs coach. Hey, they've had some good running backs there during that time. And then 2022 to 2024, Portland State running backs coach, recruiting coordinator, offensive coordinator, assistant head coach. So he's had, I like to see that he's had his hands not just in coaching, but also recruiting coordinator as well. So yeah, we gotta, you can't, I mean, I think we will get a handful of guys, Russ, from this Sacramento State high school class like you talked about, but we're going to have to play and bet big on the portal this season, just with, again, how poorly we recruited high school in number again. That's just what happens. But I'm hoping that you'll see a change in philosophy as they start to recruit the 2026 class, to see that be a little bit more focused. And again, I'm not asking for the number 1 class like what USC has, okay? Not asking for that. Can we get the good players in state to stay here? And can we get some big fish nationally? That would be great. And I think that gives you a good foundation.
Yep. No, for sure. And, like I said, Dave, this is great news for recruiting. This is great news for the offense. This is great news for players here. Like, I'm just excited to see what happens, like, with Sacramento State's recruiting class and who we get. Like, that's going to be just I would love, hey, 10 guys, add 10 guys from the recruiting class. I mean, why not add 10? What's the trouble with adding 10 of those guys on this class, especially when it's looking like we're going to need 50 50 guys that we have to add, to
Dude,
this team.
Russ, we didn't even use all of our scholarship spots last
That's
year.
my
That's
point.
pathetic.
That's my point. Like,
Dude.
I hope to God that that's what we're doing right now. I hope that we at least grab 10 of those guys. You can't tell me that hit the top 10 in his Sacramento class can't come in and be good developmental bodies on this offense and this team going forward. Heck, even some of the defensive guys, he can vouch for them. He's not going to be coaching them, but he can vouch for them. That'd absolutely be it.
Dude, yeah, AC Patterson tied to Mike Zimmer. Okay, knows Prime, respects his word, so he could be the new running backs coach. Dude, just bring him on staff in some capacity, man. We need a fresh perspective. We need new energy. We need to tweak kind of our priorities, right? To me, this signals that there is kind of a shift with with everything with the program. So, man, I love it. I love it. I'm so happy. If you're not happy about this, get outside, touch some grass, baby. This is only good news. We still got 11 scholarships available before, everybody's going to leave due to eligibility expiring, and then we got people jumping in the portal. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. But we got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I mean, it's a great time to be happy. Early Christmas present. I'm still in shock. In shock. Right?
I am too, Dave. The moment it popped up on my Twitter feed, I just started screaming because I couldn't believe it. I did not think. You know what? I mean, I'm gonna say it every single time. Every single time in the back of my head, Dave, when I have doubted Coach Prime, he's come through. Whether it was doubting Jordan Seaton coming to Colorado, whether it was doubting Julian Lewis coming to Colorado when that would creep in my mind, whether it was doubting the ability to get a coach and make some changes this offseason, he has come through time and time again. So I will always say, thank you, Coach Prime, for everything you're doing. I don't care what the results happen with it. I don't care any of that. You make it exciting to be a Buffs fan. And that's all I'll say. Like, that's how it feels. That's how it feels.
Now, Coach Prime, it's time to fire the rest of your friends on staff, baby. Let's go. I love it. Jordan, man, making you a rich man today. Rusty says, Coach Prime with his last Instagram post caption. Dude, I don't even know what that means. I don't even have my phone on me.
Hold on. I'll pull it up. Let's see. What's Coach Prime saying?
Dude, we're so elite. I cannot believe it. We are so elite again, baby. It's been so long since I've said that.
Oh, okay. 6 minutes ago, he had a post, just pictures of him as a coach, and he says, bounce, baby. So.
What does that mean?
Whatever that means, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's absolutely crazy.
Hey, we got another super chat question here. From Coach Barry. How you guys feel about Livingston staying defensive coordinator? I didn't like how we got ran over repeatedly by running backs and quarterbacks, stomping over us like Raffle with a football jersey on. Ooh, Russ?
Well, I mean, to that extent, Coach Barry, do I love Coach Livingston staying? After this season, who would be happy with Coach Livingston? You can't be happy with that. My question is, is he going to learn? Is he going to figure things out? I think one of the biggest problems we had on the defensive side of the ball, Dave, was personnel. And he said it here. I mean, the coach isn't the one that determines whether or not running backs and quarterbacks run over you. He can't do anything about that. That's just straight willpower and strength and ability. So I'm hoping that they do much better in the portal this year. They bring in some big guys to stuff the middle of that field. We did not replace Chidozie Nwankwo. We did not replace our linebackers, Dave, in that room. We have to admit that was our biggest downfall when it came to this defense. Obviously, the cornerback room was not any better. If you don't have either, because what is the saying, Dave? Cornerbacks help the pass rush help the cornerbacks. When both suck on your team, you're going to get exactly what you saw this season. Absolutely. So, yeah, just be aware. I don't want to, I'm not going to address any of the chats about who's leaving, who's not leaving, all this stuff, because in all honesty, this changes a lot of stuff. I don't care what you say. And some of the people you guys are getting your information from definitely don't have a full pulse on what's happening out there. Just saying. Just hold on to your hats, guys, when it comes to this roster. Okay, this move changes a lot. It changes a lot on both sides of the ball, Dave. It does on both sides of the ball.
Well, I hope we can get a special teams coordinator in here. I'm over Michael Pollock. I understand we need some better athletes, but I want a new change of scenery there. But yeah, give Rob this year, figure it out. Also, guys, we got a lot of new people in here. Please go subscribe if you're on my channel to Russ over at Buffs News Weekly. Link is in the description. He and I collaborate a lot, but he also puts out his own solo content that's really, really great. Please subscribe to him. And hey, also Kalshi, code DTB for David Talks Buffs. Use that when you sign up to Kalshi. Get a $10 bonus once you deposit $10. They are sponsoring David Talks Buffs. Thank you guys. Russ, talk to me, baby. What's on your mind right now?
Well, okay, so somebody else, Scott Proctor, just posted a really awesome tweet that I want to share out. Xavier Worthy was asked about Brennan Marion, who he played under at Texas. We talked about that. Coach Marion is one of the best coaches I have ever had. He is truly a player's coach and makes sure his guys are good. He is always going to get the best out of all of his players. I would run through a wall for that man.
No one has ever spoken of Pat Shurmur like that.
I don't think, as bad as it sounds, I don't think even his wife has spoken that way about Shurmur. Where's my
so
drum
bad.
snare? I had to do it.
Dude, yeah. I just think about it, man. Think about the energy in that room when you got former players talking about Brennan Marion like that, compared to, has anybody said, man, I would take a bullet for Pat Shurmur. Dude, nobody
ever said that in the history of sports. Nobody.
Yeah. So the vibe meter is like on 10 again. That's what I'm talking about.
No, man. It is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, but
I wonder. Hey, I'm just speaking right now. You know, some people didn't want Cortez, what's his last name? I forget, from LSU, the receivers coach, as the offensive coordinator here, but I wonder if he's brought out here to coach receivers.
That's what I think could be happening, because he's without a job. So I think that was part of that. I think that was all those moving parts here. Now it makes sense that name popped up. I could
Cortez Hankton. Yeah.
I could see Cortez being the wide receiver coach with Brennan Marion. Now the question is, can you sleuths out there find a connection between Cortez and Brennan Marion?
Well,
did they ever cross paths, or have they had people who have crossed paths with each other that could do it? Your mom. You're already sleuthing it. Which means if that's happening, Darby's coming to Colorado by tomorrow. You just watch. Because you can't tell me that Darby, the high school top wide receiver recruit that's still out there that didn't end up with LSU and is on the open market, you can't tell me that he would not want to come and play in a Brennan Marion offense with Julian Lewis. Are you serious, guys? This has all been a part of it. The smoke, as I've said all week, where there is smoke, there is fire.
Yeah. Bring out Cortez Hankton. We'll just see how it all plays out, man. But man, what are we talking about right now, man? We're just talking about 12-0, man. We're not worried about being in the Final Four right now. Don't get out of yourself too much, man. We're glazing about this move, baby. We're pumped up about it. You can win in the Big 12 when you got good coaching and you reach a certain threshold of talent level, man. And I'm optimistic that we can do that, man.
It is so when it comes to that, by the way, again, David, I talked about this. I talked about the clickbait article about CU's money issues that somebody wanted to throw out there and get clicks for, that has been debunked. I have spoken to some boosters who said it is the most clickbait thing they've ever seen, and it has no bearing, and there is nothing wrong with what's going on with CU. On top of that, CU has $20 million set aside, just like every other school, for revenue share. That is the minimum. What we're talking about is not a $20 million roster. We're talking about more than that, okay? Because the schools out there are paying more than the $20 million base, which, by the way, we talked about that last year too, Dave. That is not a salary cap. People were saying, oh, this is a cap. Everybody has to spend $20 million on their rosters. It's going to make things even. No, teams are going to spend above that revenue share with outside NIL. And Colorado does have some outside NIL. Do they have unlimited funds like a Texas Tech, like a Texas A&M, like an Ole Miss, like a Michigan, like, these schools that have boosters that are literally putting up tens of millions of dollars every year to build a roster? No, they don't. But they are not poor. They are not broke. They don't have, unlimited funds, but they have enough money. And they're going to be able to figure something out. There are teams out there that are doing just fine when it comes to putting together rosters without unlimited funds. You just got to be a little bit smarter about that. And that's what Brennan Marion brings, David. He is a pretty darn good, talent evaluator, and he's a pretty darn good recruiter on top of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think he helps close some of the gaps that we've been weak at. So, it could be, everybody's able to operate in their wheelhouse a little bit, but I still feel like we should blow out the recruiting staff. I think Corey Phillips and everybody has done a terrible job. They all need to go. And let's get some new blood in there, and then we'll see what happens with the GM, the athletic director, all those different things, man. But this signals that, hey, if they're doing this for OC, my hope is that they're going to get some great talent in there for GM, for AD. They're not going to go cheap on those positions either. So that's my hope. But man, I love it. I love it.
David, you know who I think would be perfect for this go-go offense that happens to be on the open market that may have ties to Colorado? You tell me your thoughts. But I'm pretty sure a player that would absolutely excel and explode in this offense would be a certain Dylan Edwards. I know a lot of people don't want a reunion there.
No, I understand, but dude, I'm over that kid. Dude, he's a snake. Dude, he's a snake. You're about to be on your third team in 3 years, dude, or 4 years, dude.
I know,
dude. It's pathetic. I know. I don't want Dylan Edwards here. We can find somebody else here. What if I told you, dude, Dylan Edwards really ain't that special of a running back? I mean, he's special compared to the bad talent we've had here, but you can find some damn good running backs all throughout the country if you just try a little, man.
I'm pretty sure, by the way, so that to those people out there saying that we have Trackhawk, isn't Trackhawk out of eligibility?
I think he was applying for a red shirt. I think that's what he tried to
do. The only one that I saw, and same with Simeon Price, the running back too. I know he was applying for it. He tweeted out a cryptic buffalo logo, and people thought that meant he was confirmed to come back. I haven't seen anything on Trackhawk yet. I would love to have him back, guys, by the way. I'm not saying I don't want him back. I would love to have him back. I'm just, until we find out that it's confirmed that he's coming back with a medical red shirt, you know.
Yeah, Jordan seems to say Dylan's coming back. Here's the thing, man. Again, if you're a newer fan, that's okay to have a different opinion on things, okay? But this is
absolutely
just my take.
Absolutely.
When you leave to then go to an arch rival, screw you, dude. Screw you. And I don't care if it's money related or anything like that. Sometimes, dude, when you go to a rival, forget it. You're dead to me, all right? Now, if he comes here, of course I'll flip-flop. Okay?
And you'll be wearing the Dylan Edwards jersey?
Yeah. But here's the thing. I would much rather spend money on offensive linemen. I'd much rather do that. I would also, guys, want to make sure we keep Ryan Staub or have a half-decent backup quarterback here. Or maybe we bring in a backup quarterback familiar with the system. Yeah, so
I want to piss people off, Dave. Just go for the Liberty guy that just hit the portal. Salter 2.0.
Dude, let's do it, dude. Let's
People
show.
immediately started messaging out and said, like, Coach Prime could do the strangest and most worst thing ever.
Oh man, that'd be funny, dude. Hey, bring him in here. Show him how it's done. Come on now.
Oh, I love it, guys. I'm just joking.
Dude,
We're just having
but
fun.
we can find a fast 5'8" running back somewhere else, dude.
Also, Dave, some other breaking news, and your mom just put it in the chat. It just popped off. Georgia Tech is losing their offensive coordinator to Florida right now.
Find the right comment. All right, sorry.
Yeah, breaking news. Georgia Tech's OC is heading to Florida to be the new OC. This is good news for Colorado since we've got that Georgia Tech matchup circled on the schedule going into next year.
Dude, thank God. Thank God, because hey, this shows respect to Georgia Tech. I hate Georgia Tech. I hate them so much.
I do. I started hating them more and more as the season went on, just because their fans just like, yeah, the cockiness that they have to some of those guys over at Georgia Tech is just insane. It was probably one of the more worse fan bases that I think we ran across this season. If I'm being honest, Dave.
Yeah. Georgia Tech. I won't complain about that. Them hopefully getting a little weaker. We'll see. But yeah, Dylan's one of Coach Prime's truth guys. He left, dude. I mean, dude, that to me, dude, that's wild, man. I'm just not I ain't a fan of that.
I get it. I've said that. I said that I'm not
elsewhere instead of a one-dimensional back, dude. One-dimensional back that fumbles. He's got a fumble problem, guys. Coach Barry's saying we need a good backup quarterback as a safety net for Juju. Staub's not it. I think Staub could be it with a coach worth a damn. I think
if I'm being honest, two things. Staub absolutely could be the backup for Juju. I think he's the perfect type of backup because they're similar, not in obviously talent level, by the way. I'm not saying that they're like the same player. I'm just saying style-wise, they are very similar to each other. So they could run the same offense. He could be a great backup. But then the question is, Dave, does Staub want to be a backup? Or does he finally say, hey, I want to give this a shot. I'm going to go to a lower level where I can be a starter and compete, and go to either a low-end G5 school or an FCS school. You know what I mean?
Hey, does Southern need a quarterback?
That's a good question. Would Staub go to Southern and join Marshall Falk?
I guess then he would truly be Martin Luther Staub if he went with Marshall Falk out to Southern. You
had to.
I had to say it. That's his nickname.
I know. Well, and on top of that, Dave, here's a question for people out there, or a thing that maybe they haven't put two and two together. I think the part of this is, I think there's several people on the staff, Dave, that are no longer with Colorado anymore because they went with Marshall Falk to Southern.
Because that's where they belong.
I mean, they're following Marshall Falk because he spent the year with them. I guarantee you there's going to be some people leaving to go with Falk. And to all those people that want to point out what was said on a show today about people leaving, that's also proof that they don't know what they're talking about, because they were all the same people that said Coach Prime was not making any changes to the staff whatsoever.
Dude, how about this, man? Guys, all you Dominique Ponder truthers must be celebrating today. This is a great hire for Dominique Ponder.
I think it's a celebration for another quarterback, because I think we'll probably bring in a portal quarterback, not to necessarily compete with Julian Lewis, so it won't be a top portal quarterback, by the way, but somebody who could do this. Hey, somebody made the good point. Sac State's coach or quarterback, he could be an option. He knows Brennan Marion stuff. He could come and be a great mentor. It's a bump up heading out of FCS now to the Power 4. You may not expect to start. Maybe you're fine with it. Who knows? But that's going to be really important here.
Yeah. Oh, man. I just can't believe this.
It's absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. The absolute best case scenario, Dave. How many times have we said that? The absolute best case scenario for Colorado when it comes to these decisions. The Robert Livingston hire, when it initially happened, you remember, we had him nowhere on the radar. Everybody was scratching their heads, asking, what is going on here? What is this hire? Like, yeah, he's connected to I can't pronounce his name. The who was the defensive coordinator of the Bengals that was absolutely dominating the NFL at the time.
Anarumo.
Anarumo, yes. So the fact is that like that was our only upside to that hire. He had no experience in college. He had no experience recruiting, all of that stuff. And it was just like, it kind of deflated us a little bit when that happened. And we were like, well, let's trust Coach Prime with this hire. This is completely different. Okay. This is completely different. But Northside's probably right. I mean, I could see our wide receiver coach gone. I could see Brett Bartolone gone. I could see potentially one of our O-line coaches leaving with Marshall Falk when it comes down to it. And again, it makes sense now that Cortez is probably the wide receiver coach, or he's at least on the staff somewhere, Dave. You have to admit that is probably one of the guaranteed hires if it is true that he is connected to Marion in some way.
Yeah, the only coach that I would like to stay on staff like as their assistant job would just be Andre Girard. Like outside of that, any of
everyone
the
can go
position coaches, I'm not attached to any of them, dude. They can all go. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. And if you're concerned about, hey, the quarterback statistics, the passing statistics from Super High, one, dude, FCS quarterback play. There are very few Cam Wards playing in the FCS at certain points in their career. So, and even at UNLV, like none of those guys really had the best arm talent. But what really is encouraging is that with those quarterbacks, with run-of-the-mill quarterbacks for those levels, I mean, they were still putting up over 30 points a game, man. Like I think that Brennan Marion's a guy that molds his playbook to his talent. He's flexible, he's creative, he's innovative, and he learned doing that at Texas. So I'm very bullish on this for Julian Lewis, and particularly, how do you help a young quarterback, and really any quarterback, have a multi-dimensional offense, have a run game that you can run real play action out of,
and
don't put everything on his shoulders to make the offense happen, like what we ended up doing with Shador.
And if I'm being honest, Dave, I mean, there's a bunch of other things. I mean, we can go back to it. Yes, when you break down the tape of this offense, you know that the routes that receivers were being told to run made no sense. You had multiple receivers in the same location by the time their route ended, Dave, which is completely asinine. That takes out the receiver completely because you can only throw to one of them. It doesn't give you multiple options. Like a guy can cover the same area for two guys. That was stupid. The way that we ran the ball, the pulls that we decided to do, the way that we were blocking guys on options, those are all things that is absolutely the coach's fault. And you and I, a lot of people for some reason thought that we were just blaming Caden Salter and thinking that that was the only reason we sucked this year. No, we sucked because the play calling sucked. The quarterback sucked. Like so many things sucked. It wasn't just one thing. And now we have Julian Lewis at quarterback who can sling the damn rock. And we've got Brennan Marion leading the offense, who is a offensive guru who's come up with his own offensive schemes. And if you guys watch clips of Brennan Marion talking about his offense over the last several years, you're going to see so many things that you absolutely adore when it comes to his coaching style and philosophy, guys. Go after we get off stream, after you get all the excitement out and you watch all the Buffs content you can right now, because that's what we're going to be doing because we're excited. Go look up Brennan Marion clips. There's tons of them out there. He absolutely knows what he is talking about when it comes to offensive schemes. The guy is a guru in the absolute every sense of the word. And that's just awesome to hear.
Man.
Yeah. Dave, I sent you a tweet
Oh,
that got uncovered from last year that I forgot about. I remember it when it first popped up. Came out in March of 28 from Coach Marion. And it might have been when this relationship first kindled.
Oh, how about that, huh? All right, let me zoom in here so you guys can kind of read this with us. There we go. Deion Sanders, I don't know you at all, Coach, but continue to be the standard. Love seeing you shine. Prime time at Coach Reed Live. Love that.
Like,
He's a fan, and he's got the cowboy hat too.
If you guys do enough sleuthing out there, by the way, on social media, you want to know how most people and content creators like David and myself figure out what's going to happen. There are plenty of breadcrumbs that are out there on social media on things that are happening that you can start to see where things, just like we're talking about with Cortez being a potential hire for the staff. The breadcrumbs are out there. That's why I asked, can anybody find a connection between Cortez and Marion? You guys immediately found out that they're close friends, which to me screams that here's a guy who got let go from his job at LSU and is a perfect fit to come join Coach Brennan Marion's staff here at Colorado and bring one of the top wide receiver recruits in the nation who didn't end up signing with LSU because his recruiting connection and coach did not stay at LSU. And now you got Jordan Williams adding to that. Oh, look who Deion follows. He follows Cortez and Marion, and we now have Marion as the offensive coach. This is just, it's crazy, Dave, when you pull the thread that is social media and sports.
Yeah. This is great, man. So yeah, if these players are following both of them, this is how I see it coming in here, is that Cortez will work with the wide receivers. He'll probably be like a passing game coordinator as well. I think that's what he was the last year or two over at LSU doing as well. And then, like you theorized earlier, you'll see that Brennan Marion is announced as offensive coordinator and assistant head coach.
Yeah.
That's what you'll see.
I absolutely think that, because Dave, on both of those scenarios, they're kind of upgrades to those coaches. I mean, that would be my reasoning for why Brennan Marion took this job, was because he's probably told, hey, you're going to be co-head coach with Coach Prime. Obviously, Prime has had some health issues in the past. He needs somebody he can trust when he's not in the building, because what happened this year? The coaching staff failed Coach Prime. He needs somebody who he can trust. A guy who just had a successful head coaching season, even if it was at the FCS level, is absolutely somebody that you can trust to help you out in this area if something happens, guys. So like, it makes sense. Again, we keep adding to this story and just adding layers to it.
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, you mean our wide receivers will actually learn how to block? Yeah, imagine that. And we saw this year that Jason Phillips, dude, he just couldn't develop, man. And I got to say, that 9-3 team we had last year could have been a lot better if we had better coaching. Just saying. All right, Johnny Swag with the $2. He said Prime should hire Jonathan Smith, or should Prime hire Jonathan Smith as quarterbacks coach? I would be thrilled with this. Former head coach of Oregon State, then went to Michigan State, then got fired, right? Is that the Jonathan?
Yep. Yeah, he just got fired 4 days ago. A couple days ago.
My guess is he'd be looking to call plays somewhere, but if not, yeah, bring him here to work with Julian Lewis. But I gotta imagine he's shooting for something a little bit bigger.
By the way, I just Locked On Buffs, I will give them credit. They actually did pull something out of their hat. There's a reason that tweet had Coach Reed live. Of course, for everybody who doesn't know, Coach Reed is obviously highly connected to Colorado and Coach Prime. Coach Reed, I guess, now is Brennan Marion's agent with Clutch Sports. Like,
about that,
there's a connection, guys. So who else is using Coach Reed as an agent right now when it comes to coaches?
I forgot he worked with Jade Mayava at UNLV. To USC.
Let's keep sleuthing right now, live on the air for everybody who's watching, the 1,000+ people watching this stream. Like, we could just keep pulling at the threads on social media and finding more and more and more and more stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, your mom, yes, Coach Reed has always had a connection to Colorado, but it just makes sense now even more that, Brennan Marion left Sacramento State and chose this of all places to go. Like, it absolutely looks like that.
Yes. All right, guys. We almost got 2,000 people watching this. So if you haven't done it, tweet it out, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Kalshi. Use the code DTB, get yourself a little $10 bonus. Thank you, guys. And Clutch also represents Cortez. Yes, LeBron
There it
James,
is.
Clutch Sports, and right, the head of Clutch Sports is married to oh come on, the singer. Come on, come on
Jay-Z?
now. No,
Who?
not Taylor Swift, obviously. Oh come on, what am I forgetting about?
Somebody will throw it in the chat
Yeah, somebody knows.
before you know. Also, people keep asking, was Pat fired? Guys, you guys have not been paying
Yes,
attention to our shows for the last, what, 6 months, 7 months, Dave, when we
Adele.
said what's happening?
Get Adele to Boulder.
I love it, Dave. I
Yes,
love it.
please.
Yes, please. Can we have Adele perform in the locker room? You know, no more Lil Wayne. We're gonna have Adele perform in the locker room.
She's gonna sing the fight song now.
Let's let Adele ride out.
Fired up, you know,
Let's let Adele ride out on Ralphie. Okay,
Yeah.
Can we have her ride out on Ralphie for a
Please.
game, like something like that? I think that's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. So Coach Reed representing him, that's great, and yeah, hopefully we can add another few high school guys and at least somewhat, you know, salvage this high school class. That would be great. And dude, this is just an answer prayer from the football gods, dude. I cannot believe this. For a poverty program that can't afford anybody, I guess, to come up with the money to do this, it's just it's a Christmas miracle. It's a Christmas miracle, right?
It is a Christmas miracle. Oh man, it's awesome. I absolutely love it. My favorite thing in the world though is people who are going to they're going to speculate on who's leaving this team. Like, I just can't wait for all of these people to be proven wrong.
Dude, now I'm a lot less worried about losing players. Although there are a bunch of losers, I won't care the ones that leave. But.
No, because we're gonna get players in now with Brennan Marion as the OC. Like, it is going to make a difference. I don't care what anybody says out there. People are going to use this for clickbait to say so-and-so's leaving, so-and-so's leaving. I also love the wording, by the way, to everybody that said that they're confirmed to be leaving. No, they said they may leave the program. They said they may leave the program. Trust me, one of those names that everybody keeps bringing up in Alex McPherson is not going anywhere. I literally told you guys, I had a very nice conversation with Alex McPherson's dad. And if you guys understood the connections that kid has to Colorado, not just the university, not just Coach Prime, there's a reason he came here in the first place. Okay? He is sticking around. He's not going anywhere. So the fact that they threw his name out today, Dave, as somebody who's potentially leaving, again, made me completely be like, they're just throwing at straws so that when one of those guys leaves, they can say, oh, look, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm always right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, guys. Don't pay attention to that stuff. Don't interact with that stuff. Even if you tweet at it, retweet it, whatever, to say, hey, you were wrong, you guys are only helping those people out. Like, that is the whole reason that they're revealing all of this info. So back off of it. Don't do it, guys. Trust me. It's not going to help them.
Yeah, I would get some more linemen. Again, I think that Gunnar White's probably gone with this, and you bring in a new offensive line coach. Hopefully we can keep our linemen here that are in this 26 class. I would like to think that you could, because hopefully we're hiring – all respect to Gunnar White, but hopefully we're hiring somebody better than him. And that's what we need to do. Guys, we sucked this year for two simple reasons. Our players sucked and our coaching sucked. So we got to improve both of those.
Two simple reasons, Dave. Just two little things. Two little things, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's simple, man. People want to parse this out, money for this, money for that, whatever. Yada, yada, yada. Man. Everybody sucked. So let's change the energy in the room. So I'm about out of words.
It's crazy stuff, Dave. It's crazy stuff.
And now I get to do all those prospect videos of the new recruits that signed through the lens of Brennan Marion. That's going to be a lot of fun, Russ. But you got anything new popping up on your channel, over the next few days?
Nothing. No, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So, it is what it is. But I'm glad that this happened before I went out of town, because this would have sucked to have been out of town when all this breaks, not to get to hang out with you guys and talk about it. You guys have absolutely been killer. Love I would say 90% of the comments today are positive. Even the people who have been crapping on CU recently even said that this is a pretty darn good hire overall. So that something's good even when the people outside the program are saying, holy crap, this is a pretty darn good fire. This darn good hire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man, I feel that. And now that your mom's bringing this up, like, I really feel like Coach Hart has like a spiritual stronghold on this program in like a negative way.
Here's the
needs
thing:
to be fired, and then the recruiting floodgates will come open. Right?
Here's my thing with it. We're probably not going to hear. There's not going to be an official announcement that Andre Hart was fired. It's going to be like Coach Flea. I mean, Dave, do you remember when Coach Flea left? Like, that was such like a shady ass thing where they made it out to be that he was stepping away because of health issues. Like, that was what was played out. And then what happens like a couple weeks later? He's named the running backs coach at Wyoming. Like, are you kidding me? Like, one of two things will happen, and Jordan hits one of it. I think whenever Coach Hart is no longer the linebackers coach at Colorado, it will be because he takes on another position at Colorado and stays with Coach Prime, or, he just kind of goes off somewhere else. It's not a big deal. They don't make a noise about it. But I'm betting that Andre Hart will just get another position here.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, the energy did change. When a Christmas miracle happens, what else are we supposed to do? Okay. I know the Krampus parades are tomorrow, right?
That's right.
But hey, I'm still inside Santa here. This is great. Yes, you're absolutely right. And hey, you're gonna be with us for the crash outs and for the glaze sessions. And today, great glaze session. Hey, imagine if Boo Carter comes, joins his buddy Seaton. That'd be a lot of fun. He could play safety.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's about to happen, guys. I'm telling you, for all those people that did not believe in Coach Prime, that did not believe in the Buffs, that very quickly, by the way, said what they were going to do. Trust me, guys. This changes everything.
Dude, I just feel like we got infinite money now. That's how I feel about it. We are no longer a poverty program. We found money, baby. We hit the lottery. Something happened. We robbed, a few dispensaries. Something happened where we got money now, baby. I love it. I'm pumped up about this. I'm sorry, Coach Hart. You're right. He's not a bad recruiter. Okay, he's not bad, but sometimes, it's just, you can't teach linebackers to, find a hole. Got to find the hole. Okay.
I do want to say, if any of these players that all these people keep saying are leaving, don't leave. You better come back in these comments and you better super chat us. Okay, screw apologizing at this point. You better be throwing out a super chat in here, apologizing to everybody in the chat, because I'm telling you, it's trolling at this point. Dude, the old Dave is back.
The old Dave is back. Dude, I'm pumped. 12-0, baby. 12-0. It's going to piss people off. That's what we're doing now. Nobody can stop us. Oh, dude, this is just amazing. I didn't think we'd have a hire like this to talk about. I was prepared. If you are in the Discord, if you're a member of my channel, $2. All right. You get in the Discord with Russ, some of your other favorite Buzz fans, stuff like that. All right. I have been prepared in the back of my mind to try and spin this Brett Bartolone thing and working out of him being elevated to OC. Russ, you're like, Dave, don't even worry. You're out of hell, man. You don't got to worry about it. And what do we see today? Man, we don't have to talk about Brett Bartolone again.
I know. So I will tell you, a lot of people in the Discord didn't believe Dave and I when we said that this is like, we're getting a new OC. It's gonna be fine. And that's fine. Jordan, to your point, that is my point right there. That is why I say that it's absolutely insane that you go out there and name that. This is, oh my God, where's Joe? Where's Joe in here for me? The reason why this pisses me off is this is what people do when they have to be right. They throw out like 100 different things, and then if one of them's right, they say, see, See, I told you so. I know what I'm doing. So essentially, this person said one of these four people will be gone. Slaughter is gone. Like I already that's pretty much an unknown thing because when it comes to our safety room, he's going to have a hard time being a part of that. That makes sense to me. The rest of those names are not leaving. Merritt, McPherson, and Byard are not leaving. Like that's like throwing out 3 oranges and an apple and then saying like, "Oh, the apple left." Like, "Oh, I was right."
Oh,
like
man.
that's hilarious that people are even buying into that crap.
Man, I don't want Dylan Edwards back, but I might be in the minority on this. Do rivalries and betrayal mean anything in today's college football? No, it doesn't. You see people saying, "Let Lane Kiffin coach Ole Miss after going to their number one rival." Dude, that's crazy, dude. This sport has no soul.
It doesn't. I mean, it is completely messed up. See, Merritt and Alex know that they're the future here. They're going to get bumped in pay. They know that the team's being built around them. Like, if they leave, they're probably hurting themselves more than helping themselves. Like, I get you could say that Seton would help himself, so to speak, if he leaves. Like, those 2 guys, if they go anywhere else, could easily end up in a grass isn't always greener situation. When here, they have established themselves as starters. Alex McPherson, London Merritt are the future, and they are the starters on this defensive line. And for them to leave that scenario, they better be getting like a massive payday, Dave. And I don't know if they have the name recognition yet to get that massive of a payday that would warrant leaving like a Jordan Seton did. That's why I think like those are 2 names we shouldn't be talking about. But, it's just where it's at.
I wish we could bring back Sam Okunlola, but
obviously something happened, but I don't think he loved the rotation. I don't think he loved what his playing time looked like. And unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry to say, he was outplayed by London Merritt very quickly.
He's still better than Keaton Wade. I want him back. Please don't leave, Samo. Please don't leave. We're gonna hire new staff members all over the place.
And that's the key. Tony Lawrence's comment, like, good kid, made a mistake. All of these kids are good kids who make a mistake because guess what? They're kids. And I hope that these kids start learning from seeing other players and what happens when you think that you have it out better and you leave a program and you leave a better situation and think you're going to be just fine and ends up that it screws you over. Yeah, don't do it.
All these kids think they're Lane Kiffin going from Ole Miss to LSU when in reality, dude, they're just Penn State. Now they're left with nobody. Not to mention,
Dave, you go to one of those programs and the coach leaves, like you're seeing all the time. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hungry, dude. I'm hungry.
It's dinner time for you. It's dinner time. We get a celebratory steak, dinner,
Yeah.
Get a cigar, some whiskey.
Got to crack one open. Dude, Russ, what we really got to do this offseason is we got to find a beer partner to sponsor Buff Splits, dude. That's what we need. Taco Bell, that was in season. We also need a fast food partner for the offseason. We got to get to work.
Listen here, anybody in the chat, because I know somebody does, because that's how we got Taco Bell, by the way. We got Taco Bell because the owners of the Front Range Taco Bell is a fan of our shows. Like, he was connected to all that. CU alum, CU fan, got connected. If any of you out there work for a brewery that wants to do some kind of partnership, like, let us know. Reach out to us. We would absolutely love for something like that to happen, especially here in the local area. We did pretty good pushing Buff boxes on people, and I had plenty of people reaching out to me telling me they bought a Buff box because of watching the show. So just an FYI for those of you out there, that in case any of you in the chat or are watching this later on know of anybody.
Dude, we ain't charging an arm and a leg either, man. So come on, let's have some fun together and promote the brand. Put a little bit of money in our pocket so that then we can go and promote the brand even more and everybody wins. I think
absolutely.
How about Avery out there, So
absolutely. I'm excited, Dave. Now we get to talk about, I have a feeling you're going to have a fantastic show tomorrow when signing day finishes up, because I guarantee we're seeing some more recruits added to this class in the next 24 plus hours.
Dude, It's insane. It's insane. Bring back Cash Cleveland. Did he even play at Tech this year?
He got hurt. He got hurt, Dave.
for
That was the
real?
problem. Yeah, he was out injured most of the year.
Yeah.
Somebody else said bring back. You know who probably regrets leaving would be Tajay McCoy.
Dude, I was thinking about him this morning. I was like, dude, Oklahoma State.
He went more to be closer to home, right? I mean, is that the thing?
I don't know, dude. At least it wasn't Kansas State. So, okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap this thing up again. Shout out to Kalshi for sponsoring the channel too. Promo code DTB. Get yourself a $10 bonus. Now we leave space here for fast food chain, for beer.
I'll sell ad space. I'll wear a hat, whatever you guys want.
Nicotine substitute, whatever. And then subscribe to Russ, guys. Buffs News Weekly in the description of the video. Okay. And I guess we'll end this. I'll be back again tomorrow to glaze all over this, man. I'm so happy, dude. I'm so happy. So hey, shout out to 2,200 people spending their time with us.
Jeez, you guys are ridiculous. Will you please, if you're watching us over on Twitter, because that's what happened to me yesterday, Dave. I had 1,500 people, and most of them were watching on Twitter. Twitter's great. It's a great way to find us and start watching the show. But click on our profiles. Go over to the YouTube channels, okay? Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the like. It's a way to support people that you like what they have to say without paying a single cent or money. It's just really nice of you to do, and it takes 2 seconds. So
dude,
please.
If you hate billionaires, if you hate these big companies, every time you click a like on the video, Google has to pay us more. So you're like Robin Hood, okay?
That's right. Stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, poor being David and myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. So, guys, we got more people in here than like what the Pope gets on a Sunday. That's what I'm talking about.
I love you, Coach Barry. I lost 2 subscribers just now. That's how great this is.
Oh, man. For Christ's sake, hit the like button for a great PC. What does PC mean? Podcast, maybe? Podcast. I think so.
Podcast?
Thanks, Coach Barry. It sounds like I got Broncos news to cover. So, guys, if you like the Denver Broncos,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, come over there. David talks Broncos. Let's go. And we'll be back. Russ and I will we'll connect again next week, hopefully, and we'll be able to talk about all these new players.
We will. Because guess what, guys? It's portal season. It's portal season, and the portal is about to be hopping. It's about to be hopping.
Final word, stop. Stop the walk-ons. We've already seen the Rudy movie this year. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll be back again soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.